There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again. And then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.
A lot of people look at us as robots or just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts.
When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror. But that mirror's that horse. And that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe. To let go of everything. Let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love. All of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost has started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar. A straight-up omelet bar! That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence this 25 July in the year of St. Javelin 2022 within the
Yeah.
All primed and ready to go.
I'm always primed and ready to go. That's what they say.
Oh, damn, Shipwreck.
Yeah.
Damn. So much pleasure in my
Always
mouth.
got to be primed and ready to go. You never know what's
damn. Being all spicy on the fucking TL.
See,
Man.
I've been busy practicing, getting my dance moves ready to go again. But other than that, I'm doing good. You?
No, I'm good, man. It's a Monday. It is a Monday. I'm busy on the phones, busy on the gram, busy on the Twitters, and busy on all social. I've been reaching out to everybody, catching up from all my traveling and stuff like that. And I just gotta really freaking. I gotta catch up on all my shit. I got so many freaking. Like I was showing you guys in the office earlier, just dumped everything. Just unreal.
That was a big dump truck of emails, though.
Bro, oh my God. I'm like, I was talking to Nick Parmigiano about this back in the day, and he was like, I was kind of bragging, oh, I have this many emails unread, and then he showed me, oh, look at this. Oh, it's got thousands and thousands. I have hundreds of emails that I get, and I just get it to priority and stuff like that. But God, man. Oh, but other than that, dude, what? This Monday's been kind of weird in the news too. It's really freaking. Did you see
a lot of conspiracies going on?
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of conspiracies, and a lot of shit posting, a lot of comments, and it's just wow. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitters, on Instagrams and stuff like that. I find more peace on Instagram than I do on all the other one, because at least you could just post a picture and tag somebody, and it's it's kind of
it's more casual.
Yeah, it's more casual. It's add a little comment with their ha ha ha. Everyone's joking around, and
you're at the lounge, kicking back a couple.
Yeah, just someone will post a pic, then you post a pic, and it's oh, okay, cool. I'm always about having some self confidence to do that. That's cool. No need to, But Twitter and fucking Facebook, oh my God.
Well, one's off the chain more than the other, but yeah.
Oh, man. I think it's funny. It's that it's funny how each of the platforms have that specific echo chamber, on YouTube as well. So when you're broadcasting something on YouTube, all somebody has to do is call somebody from YouTube and say, I don't like what they're saying, or I don't like what he's saying, or it's what he's saying is trash and bunk. Mind you, this person probably graduated just from Harvard, and it has, especially right now, we're fighting with YouTube back and forth because hopefully we'll stay on YouTube after I shit talk him right now. SB seems to be
pull an Alex Jones now.
Yeah. Oh, Alex Jones, yeah. Man,
But go ahead with our fight. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go ahead with our fight. So we're also on Twitch, and Twitch, there's a lot of anti-hate and hate speech stuff. And hey, I don't look. I go back to the First Amendment stuff. And it's like, I love the fact that the First Amendment is out there, so that way, if someone wants to shit post or someone wants to say some fucked up shit on air, that's my test. That's like, oh fuck, I'm not following that person anymore. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That person's like racist or a shitbag or whatever. Draw your fucking ist at the end of it, or something that you just don't want to listen to. It's easy. I just fucking like hit the little X, the red X, and little red box with the white X in there, and it's gone, and I don't follow it anymore. But there's some people that just don't want you. They just get so mad from what you say. Like right now, WTF Moments and USR and WTF Nation Radio always have people. So we got a little zing on a show that Cos on Friday Night Freedom talked about, and it was the subject of updates on COVID and vaccine. He was merely stating what was happening and posting what was happening in the news. It was nothing. It wasn't
mainstream news.
Yeah. He was actually, and that's what I'm saying. He was actually posting an update on mainstream news. It wasn't anti-vax. It wasn't pro-vax. It wasn't anthrax. It wasn't none of that shit. It was just, here we go. He's talking about the new changes. He's talking about the FDA. Talking about CDC. I can't remember what it was. Somebody cried about it and said that we were posting anti-vax shit, and it got like freaking. It got a zing, right? And then I'm like, hey, if you look at the post of Friday Night Freedom on YouTube, that's what happened. It was merely a simple discussion, and he was merely commentating on the news.
Which we do all the time.
We shit post. We talk about government officials. We talk about Trump. We talk about Biden. We talk about the previous administration. Hell, we went back further in administrations. It's fun to shit post. Hey, it's our God-given right.
We're not biased about it. We have fun.
Yeah, we have fun. It's your God-given right, or whatever deity you believe in, to everyone's made fun of the government forever. Hell, we used to have a puppet show back in the 80s of people. Remember that one show? It was, a matter of fact, it was the same thing for a Genesis video came. The same puppets. They had their own little thing. Everybody fun, right? No big deal.
Right.
So YouTube hit me up and says, "Hey, shit's like freaking. You guys are throwing a virus conspiracy shit." I'm like, whatever, dude. It's like, hey, throw an appeal. It's like, whatever. I don't remember the details of it. So then I appealed. I hit the appeal. I was like, I'm going to appeal it because that's not what really happened. That's not really happened at all. So that's all Cos was doing, was talking about the news. Cos was talking about the latest. Again, it was something that was in the news, talking about different types of vaccination. I mean, he wasn't shit talking anybody. He was just updating some stuff, and that's it. I mean, come on. COVID has been in the news all the fucking time. So anyway, the way you fucking say it, if you're liked, then, oh, yes, just let's clap your hands. Yes, everybody, he said a great job about the vaccine. It's great news. This is great news. But if they don't like you, then they fucking hit you up on YouTube. So I hit the appeal, and I was like, nah, man, that's not what he said. I even threw links and threw some shits. And then YouTube came back and said, no, denied, appeal rejected. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So now a lot of the stuff on WTF Nation Radio's YouTube page gets like really held to scrutiny a little bit more, to where everything gets fucking just like, just for us shit talk. And there's individuals out there that shit talk and shit post way worse than what we do. To specifically some of those reasons, like some of those subjects too. What's up, Musa? You said you want to suggest a topic? Suggest anything you want, guys. It's me. We engage the audience in the chats. That's what you guys hear. You guys are sitting.
Well, we're here.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what side you're on. Just talk about it.
Yeah. You guys are our credentials. You guys are our. I don't want to steal a line from military. Soldiers are our credentials. But you guys, the fans, you guys are our. You guys are. What do they call it? Let me get all Army speak. You guys are our stakeholders in the to the way we broadcast. So. Yeah, throw your
stakeholders.
Yeah, exactly. Throw your topic in there, Musa. We'll go for it, man. We don't give a shit. Post that shit, and when I see it, we'll squeeze it in.
Could even call in.
Or you can even call in. What? Oh man. Oh man. What about bonds? Oh, we're talking about bonds. Oh, well, that was part of the subject we're about ready to talk about. According to the Fed, right now, currently, we're not in a recession. currently to the White House press secretary, we're not in a recession. So, do I trust the Treasury website with my moolah? Not really. I don't, but that's just me. However, anything that I provide here, of course, is purely by, purely opinion and hyperbole. I cannot be held responsible for any financial decisions that you make. See, I want to throw that out there. Because I know when you, right now, the story we're going to talk about, you say something on air, people say it's your fault because you said it, and then somebody will listen to you. If you're walking around seeing what people say and you're throwing blame out, lately the theme of the week has been blaming people and people not taking accountability for what they've done. And so I kind of like, anytime I say something like that, and especially when it comes to financial stuff, I don't really like talking about that. I mean, I will say, yes, we're in a recession. I'll say inflation's fucked up. I will say that current politicians are really WTF told me to put all my money in Dogecoin. Yeah, exactly. And then I get blamed for everything. Oh hell!
I got a wallet they can send it to.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always taking donations.
Yeah, it's kind of just well, I mean, some of the discussion, Musa, is that I myself, I've never used bonds. I mean, I have a pretty decent, I don't want to say decent portfolio. It's not really that big. It's not that much. So it's not a, to me, it's to the moon. Exactly, Brian. To me, it's not a, to get specifics.
Not the best way to do it in your opinion.
Yeah. It's just, to me, I would not use bonds. I don't use bonds. I don't want to use bonds. I mean, I've not seen anybody come back saying these massive returns on bonds. You know what I mean? Right. Especially the type of bonds we're.
Well, I have to say, the only time I used bonds is my parents got them when I was like 5 years old, and let them communicate or rollover, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So when I turned 18, they're like, "Hey, here you go," and I moved out of the house.
Here's your $500 or something like that.
What's that?
Here's your $500 or something like that. Is that what it was? Is that the?
It was actually more than that, but it was. Looking back, they should have done something different, in my opinion.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we haven't. When was the last time we had somebody talk about finances and stuff like that? It's been a while. It's been a minute.
But when I talk to them about it, you know how when you grow up and you go back and talk to your parents about things they've done for raising kids and stuff, because you got kids your own, you can relate a little bit more as an adult than as a kid. Go figure, right?
Yeah, really. Well, that's what I do for Baby Ice. For what I do for him is that, and all the other kids, is that when he doesn't, he'll probably, he's not old enough to understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking about anyway. So it's not like he has a Facebook account. What I do is that anytime when it's like his birthday or Christmas and family likes to send checks and send money, what I'll do is we opened up a little account for him, and he gets his little like $5 $30 checks or $50 checks and $100 checks since he was born, and that's all I do is throw it in his little savings account, and he has his own little savings account, and then so when he gets of age that I feel he's responsible to handle it, there you go, bud. There's your cash, and you can do it as whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
You almost sound like what I'm doing with my kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, exactly. And of course, like I said, I have some diverse. It's my portfolio's not really like diverse. It's not too much. I mean, like I said, we got retirement, man. So it's like that. It was like, oh, you live in a. How are you going to survive, or how are you going to deal with retirement? Well, I'm retired and I'm doing okay. So it's like
different ways to retire, and different people have a different set of standard of what they're comfortable to live with.
Right, exactly. That they feel is okay for them. Right. I'm not looking for anything extravagant or something like that.
Or you just move to a foreign country and live like a king.
Or you can do that. You can move to Belize or Mexico. Well, I heard the gas is cheap in Mexico, because then everyone was like they like to throw fucking everything up and down when it comes to Mexico. I in a way, because we're so fucking corrupt in our politics when it comes to oil. I guarantee it. Probably having a nationalized fuel supply would probably be better. Just by way I'm watching how the fuel companies or whatever or I don't know. It just seems to me that look, man. Everyone's talking about price of gas went down 30 cents, 60 cents. Ooh, it went down. So it went down from like $5.50 and shit to now everyone's paying $4.50. Shit, dude, we were paying, less than what? Well, some of it was like $1.98. Some of it was less than $2. Almost like, whatever, $2 or so average.
Depends where you live, $1.93, $1.94.
Right. So it was like, fuck. So it's almost like, yeah, hey, we're punching you in the gut. We keep punching you in the gut. We keep punching you in the gut. And then they go, oh, but look, now we're slapping you in the face. There we go. Gas is now for something. Yay! Oh my God, good job. Good job.
It's all about getting used to higher prices.
Yeah,
when it comes down to feel better.
That's right. Get used to it. Yeah. Get used to high prices. Jim says that when his kids turn 16, you start working on collecting rent at 116, 217, 318, and make them show monthly payments when they move out, and then give them all that. Hey, that's actually a good idea. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. When baby ass gets old enough and he sees that he's got a savings account, I'm gonna say at a specific age. Okay, here's the balance that you have in your savings account. Now I'm starting to deduct. So say he's got I'm just for an example, say he's got 10 grand in it. And I'm going to show you, baby, yes, there you go. And look at this right here. Next time, he's going to be like, that's going to be cool. No, not now, because I'm going to start charging you. I like that idea, Jim. Thanks. That's good shit.
What I've done is I'm already building my kids' credit. I got a card in his name, and I pay the bills and stuff for him, and we use it. And it's paid off. He's building credit. He's not even 18 yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, I try to cheat. I try to give chores and all that, and he's doing it. He's trying. Like, he's only a toddler, so it's not like I'm like fucking making him mow the lawn and shit. Gonna have CPS come over to my house. There's reports that you have like a 5-year-old mowing the lawn. That's right, and he's not fucking. He better weed whack too while he's at it. Exactly that. Recruiter times. Give him BH and take it back. Just like the barracks, exactly. Just like how they do the barracks. But no, I'm not good with bonds like mutual funds, aggressive mutual funds, some aggressive stocks, and also, I don't want to sound like I'm preaching Dave Ramsey's fucking shit, but getting a little savings account and what you can, and as you get promoted in the military, or as much as you can until you start making more of an income, then just start depositing more. So
don't clown on Dave Ramsey. I
didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't want to sound like Dave Ramsey. I'd rather sound like Dave Ramsey than fucking Alex Jones, even though I can sound like Alex Jones. I heard the gas is cheaper over in Mexico, and ICE is shit talking me on WTF radio. Fuck that guy. He's a psychological warfare guy. They're all scum of the earth. As he fucking.
You should do a Dave Ramsey with Alex Jones' voice.
Exactly. Exactly. Dude, I'm like, what the fuck? Alex Jones, shit-talking psyopers? I haven't forgotten.
What is he up to lately?
Oh, dude. I think he's about ready to pay some people, right? He's about ready to...
Make some big checks?
Yeah, he's about ready to cash out some checks. I think he's going to get bailed out, though. I think because he, according to some of the claims of the lawsuit, that he's got to pay damages to the families of Sandy Hook. And so
right.
I think it's, personally, I think he's going to be connected enough that he's be able to pay them off or pay them. But he's been.
Makes that allowed before it actually gets too far in.
Yeah, I mean, going back, here's a lot of things. Sometimes people, when they go back and forth in court when it comes to civil matters like this, they make it worse by fucking dragging it out. When probably if you had just shut the fuck up. Well, actually, he did. Actually, let me take that back. He did go on Joe Rogan's podcast and say that he pulled back those comments saying that Sandy Hook was a false flag and red flag and it didn't really happen. So he did say that on Joe Rogan's podcast. So I kind of like, okay. And now, of course, now you just say guns and now everyone freaks the fuck out. Now we're probably gonna get zucked on this one. We've been pretty lucky lately. That freaking anytime there's discussions about weapons or guns or Second Amendment or something like that, people just freak the fuck out. They want to everyone that's the weapons of war and this is only for hunting, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I want to see them. I want, as a matter of fact, I want to start up an anti-First Amendment group and see what happens. You mean a death?
WTF?
The WTF? Yeah, have like because you know how like there's the NRA, right? The NRA is for the Second Amendment and firearms control policy. They are the standards of the. Just want to make sure I got that name right. But they're the ones that sit there and they fight for the Second Amendment. Well, at least the NRA says it does. So let's just do WTF Nation organization for the First Amendment, right? We don't need writers of war, right? Isn't that what the First Amendment was all about during the Revolution, before the Revolution? There was like
it was my musket.
Yeah, you can just have a little group there now. We sound like Alex Jones now. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and cancel the First Amendment. But I'm telling you what, man, I don't understand why everyone's like freaking the fuck out. What makes me mad is that they like to jump on the Second Amendment as much as they can and saying how much death and destruction it's calling, and then they're saying, and then there's these hypocritical fucks, man. And then
caveat.
And then they say and then they behoove on everybody by saying that language bad, like incitement and language on the online is inciting. So it's like now they're moving it to the First Amendment side. I don't hear a very good argument for them to say why they should, all this stuff about hate speech and stuff like that. Like I said, I want to hear an asshole go completely nuts on fucking line, so that way I could fucking I could block them, or I could freaking, hey, this guy is fucking talking shit. I don't want to associate myself with them. That's like the best part.
Right.
That's
it's a freedom to do that.
Yeah, that's like the freaking best part. You start talking about, like Jim Handy says, common sense law control, some common sense news control. Exactly that. Let's have some common sense. As a matter of fact, we need to have an organization that needs to. We need some common sense news control. We need some common sense speech control, because this is what I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of it, because just like as the founders intended, right? As a matter of fact,
right.
I want everybody to go back to fucking printing presses, and quills and ink, a little. just getting ridiculous. Weapons of war.
The same standard on everything.
Right. The same standard. Fully automatic freedom of speech. It sucks, dude, because it's like now it's like picking and choosing. They're gonna take them out. They're gonna take a mile and then take 100. It's not give them an inch and they take them out. No, these motherfuckers, you give them a mile and they will take 50 more.
It's the same people that cry, "Oh, it's all about the science," when they want to, and then when they don't want to say that, they call it something else.
Now, Gary's got another comment. There's such thing as common sense. It's not common sense anymore. It's all hyper partisan, hyper. Everyone's like, well, he said that online. Somebody gets mad and then shit posts something, and the next thing you know, because someone read that, some rando is going to go and try and assassinate a Supreme Court judge or a candidate running for office or whatever, and then they say, see what they did? But then when they say something incendiary, and then like next thing you know, that individual acts on it, it's like, can't take no responsibility. That's an individual thing.
Yep. Very true.
So go back with this thing with Alex Jones. Was he right for saying that Sandy Hook was a fucking false flag? Was he right for saying it was a conspiracy theory and it didn't happen? Was he right? No, he wasn't fucking right. I don't fucking think so at all. However, as much of an ass as he is, that starts the slippery slope that now you're gonna have to pay damages. I think also the technology of it back in the day. I wonder if there was any video. I mean, I don't. All I know is I know about Sandy Hook from the event happened when I saw it breaking the news. But I wonder if it's like the information how there is technology and video of the Uvalde school shooting. How that is like, you know what I mean?
You got a good question there. I have to go research that.
Well, I mean, I think it happened. I mean, that it happened. Every individual's unless you could show me otherwise or whatever. I believe that I believe that it happened. So, but exactly that, Stan. At least with Uvalde, there's body cams, there's videos in the school. I want to see. I wish there was some type of technology like that too. But what we did learn about Uvalde is how fucking the cops did not act.
How they didn't have a pair?
Did not act. Yeah. Well, they apparently they didn't have 400 sets of pairs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What I wonder is, and you know this has to be true. They were all the same people that go, "Yeah, this shit happens. I'm ready, to do this and do that," and then you actually go do something. Like the same idiots in your group, right? And you go get deployed, and they're the ones talking shit like they're Rambo. And then when shit happens, you can't find them.
That's like every single individual during the global war on terrorism. The terrorist. Let's bring them up. Why you bring me into this again, ass? It's like every single person who shit talks during the global war on terrorism that never joined, that likes to shit talk about it, or avoided deployments, that likes to shit talk about it.
Unless it's Kuwait.
Unless it's Kuwait. So it's just I don't know. It's just that whole fucking thing. The way I fucking see it is that I and this is me personally. There should the Chief Oriando's. I guess he's been placed on administrative leave while their discussion about him getting fired. Should have gotten canned a long time ago. You see the video now about the that we saw that one police officer being quote unquote held back.
Right.
It was the same guy that was on his phone who got a message from his wife saying that he was bleeding out. She was bleeding out.
Right.
There's a body cam footage of showing them kind of like pulling him back and all that. Brother, I'm going to tell you right now. If I found out my old lady was behind that door, you would have had to shoot me.
Nothing would hold me back.
Yeah, I would have fucking went through that fucking door and started blasting. As a matter of fact, the Texas law enforcement policy is on active shooters events is that you're just going to have to be like LGOPs, little groups of paratroopers. You have little groups of cops go in there and go get them. Didn't happen.
And not wake up for backup. You just act.
Yeah, you just fucking act. Rather hear about cops going in there and shooting it out and valiantly fighting against, a fucking active shooter. I like that one guy, that one fucking kid, Elijah, what's his name? God, that fucking in Indiana, fucking dropped.
Yeah, in the mall.
Yeah, they dropped that fucking little soy boy in the fucking mall. That was badass. That's some good
40
shit.
40 yards away.
Yeah, 40 yards away with a Glock. All those 19, 11, and 45 guys. Well, he wasn't really doing it. You know what I mean? It's like this guy from 40 yards was running under fire, like no reaction. Started hearing shots, reacted, taking cover, telling people to go, and blasted this fucking soy boy from across the fucking food court.
And not too many people that can shoot that far, to be honest.
A Glock, a 9mm. I bet you right now that's like the best advertisement for Glock right now. Will we get zucked if we say Glock? Glockity Glock?
Plastic pea shooters?
Bro, hey, it did something. I'm going to tell you what.
I know it did. It's just
the cop,
my preference. It's my preference.
And okay. If there's guy, like I said, he fucking fired 10 shots, 8 landed. While the guy on a moving target, while he was moving too, taking cover and moving people out of danger.
With his adrenaline going on.
Within seconds. Like 15 seconds? Holy shit. Yeah, exactly that. There you go. 15.
That's faster than...
I was about to say, with no fucking military training, no police training, no military training, nothing. And he blasted this fucking soy boy. And I'll keep saying it. Little fucking soy boy. It's another fucking shooting that happened today. I think today, right?
Cali?
No, it was some woman at an airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she fucking went in the fucking room, went in the airport and shot in the air, and a cop shot her. I was like, goddamn, fuck, with the fucking. It's the last place you want to go, especially an airport. Airport, you expect a little bit more heightened security when it goes. Dallas, there you go, Musa. Thanks. She did the standard soy boy tactic, which they go into the bathroom and put a hoodie on, and then they come out blasting, pew pew, and then of course got dropped. She got dropped. That's fucking crazy, dude. Everyone's like, "Well, see, weapons of war. All these were done with pistols."
Yep.
All these were done with pistols.
Eliminates that argument.
The assault rifle or the whatever. What if somebody does a mass shooting with a 30-30? or a shotgun or something like that. You know.
I'm sure there has been. I'm sure there has been.
I'm just saying that to go back to the discussion about the Second Amendment, it's like now you're trying to control. Like, let's do the fucking First Amendment then. Let's do it. Let's drop it. Let's see what happens. Some of these individuals make their living on the Twitters. And what was the name of the policy? Oh, it was the Firearms Policy Coalition. I'm sorry, yeah, that was the name of the. That's the name of the. As a matter of fact, we should get them on. Because I know the NRA got mad at us one time and they didn't want to come on. We should get them to come on. But yeah, it's Firearms Policy Coalition. As a matter of fact, let me grab that link and drop it in all the chats. I wonder if we're going to get in trouble for fucking sharing that, but I don't give a fuck. There you go.
It's better to do and ask for forgiveness, right?
I mean, what are they going to do? Yeah, exactly. So firearmspolicy.org is the name of the organization. And there we go. So those are the individuals that I follow and look and see what's up when it comes to Second Amendment stuff.
Right.
So they're the ones that have actually put some stuff out. Well, I'm getting some warnings here. Wait a minute, what's going on? We just get zucked.
Looks like you're still up.
I'm just kidding. There we go. There you go. They're up. They're. What happens if someone carried multiple muskets? Exactly that. Was it like on freaking? What was that? Like I said on Last of the Mohicans when that dude was fucking running around and just grabbing muskets and picking them up on the ground. So.
With his tomahawk.
Yeah, exactly. Sandy Hook vids are starting to work their way out. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, there you go. So there it is. So you really can't deny it. I mean, again, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying that. The case against Alex Jones. Is that a freedom of speech issue? Is it Russian propaganda?
It's going to be a stable case for sure, for a case study.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Because First Amendment, everything. It's going to open up a lot of doors.
Well, just like the other, I mean, like I said, I would use if I was Alex Jones, and I'm not, man, never disregard. I'm not going to give him no advice. I'm not going to give him advice. You better.
You would have to charge him for your services.
Yeah, exactly. Some consulting fees there. Hey, Alex Jones, give us a call for 1-589-8367. But no, you're right. This is a First Amendment case that's like legit, like legit First. Can you say, hey, this shit didn't fucking happen? Just like people who like flat earthers, right? Like people who deny that the Earth is a globe and it's round, right? So they flat earthers get to say whatever the fuck they want on fucking social media, and what do people do? Ha laugh. Right? There was even a so-called flat Earth scientist who tried to launch himself in a steam-powered rocket and smashed into the desert.
Let's say he loses, right? Then that opens up a can of worms for all the news organizations out there. And social media, in my opinion. But imagine didn't you read on the jury pool, though, for him? They went through almost like 24 or 30 individuals before they can settle down with their selection. Because they all know about Alex Jones.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think there were some issues about that stuff like that. Musa says that I think people should enjoy freedom of speech, but stay away from attacking religious groups. You're right, Musa. However, it seems right now the drama du jour, the shit talking right now that's happening on religion is the Christian religion. It seems like they get a lot. I will admit, I've thrown a couple Jesus memes up. I admit that I have had some comments out. We do have. I'll admit this. People are gonna get upset, but we do sometimes like to throw religious memes at each other, and we laugh in the office, and it's funny, and it's all that, and everybody knows that that's. But it shows that the religions that we're usually shit talking about is Christianity, and everyone seems to be more in. They think it's funny, right?
Right.
That's what Musa's saying too, because I can imagine right now the amount of drama on a TL. If I were to shitpost against Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, I would get way more shit. I would probably get deplatformed and banned for everything and everything. If I was going against, yeah, exactly. If I was going against those groups as opposed to going, saying something about Christianity. You post a meme about Jesus. I mean, come on, Jesus does have some funny memes. There is some funny memes about Jesus. I think a lot of people who go off on me about saying, "Hey, why are you posting that?" There's one that I like to post that says Gabriel, blow the horns, or another one, of Jesus smoking a cigarette saying we need another flood. Those are funny, okay? But
what happened to having a little sense of humor?
But you can't do it to other religions. You do that to Islam, Judaism, or Buddhism, you get away with Buddhism a little bit, right? You get away with that, right? But don't do anything about the prophet. Don't do anything about Judaism. You do anything about the prophet or Judaism, they will come after you. They will deplatform you. They will. As a matter of fact, they will say that you're add the IST at the end, or phobic at the end, however you want to call it, whatever your preferred. And so it's funny as shit. It's that, and Shelly, it's because Christians are badass motherfuckers and we can handle it. What? I will say that there is some savage memery coming out of the Christian side of the house. You know what I mean? I do that. That's a classic. Love it. Like I said, so I've thrown some. I've thrown some. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I've not memed against other groups and religions. I mean it. I've seen memes before and laughed, chuckled, and all that, saying, "Ooh, that's savage. Oh, damn, that's messed up." But it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get upset if somebody throws a meme. Like Shelly said, you can handle it.
Look at all those comedians that make fun of every single religion out there.
Right.
It's just little humor.
It's not little humor.
That's all it is.
Some of them are freaking. Some of them are freaking savage. I love it. I think it's. I enjoy it. It's comedy. Okay, it's comedy. I enjoy comedy.
Well, when you do it like as comedy, you got to know where your limits are, not where the line should be drawn, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. You think there's a line, so to speak? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like you got to know where the limit is on taking it from a comedy aspect to where it can actually be. It's the word I'm looking for. Downgrading or
well, it's like satire. It's. I mean, if you got, and that's another thing too. That's you bring up a good point. It's like satire and it's like satire and hyperbole, and when it's being discussed, it's just I just like I just the shit doesn't bother me. I mean, someone will sit there and say something about the only thing that gets me charged up is the Latinx bullshit. That's really about the only thing that gets me charged up. I mean, people that I associate anyways they don't fucking sit there and shit talk about Latinos and stuff like that. Very supportive, as a matter of fact, and they don't. But for some reason, I'll get a couple of jokes in. That's funny. Yep, haha. But when it comes about Latinx, man, don't get me started on Latinx. Don't get me started on Latinx.
What's worse though, being called out or being referenced to tacos?
Well, I mean, first off, it's just adding insult to injury when I don't like being referenced to tacos. But coming, see, that's not like another thing too. Is talking about this, how groups talk to each other, right?
Right.
Certain groups talk to each other in a specific way. I speak to members of my family in a certain way that, sometimes in Spanish too. That you and you know this too.
Right.
That other groups or other ethnicities wouldn't understand. So when we hear something that's coming out in foreign, it'd be, I mean, come on, I'm admit it. You have just the right to get fucking pissed off when someone calls you a specific name that is like not really you by somebody who's trying to tell you how to be. That's I think the biggest part of it is I don't give a fuck if you whatever whatever floats your boat on politics. Yeah, whatever floats your boat on politics or whatever. If you're a minority, that's fine. But when you have an outside majority telling you how to act, when it just came out of nowhere, and then you have others joining in. I'm being corrected by Heath, from the Narcissist Center of Excellence. Is that what Heath? Oh man, it's hyperbole, right? That's what he said. Yeah. Oh, Heath in the comments trying to. Hyperbole is the Latinx of hyperbole, or Latinx, or the breakfast taco from the Bogotas. It's raining tacos, Bogotas. But no, some groups, I don't know. It's just kind of like, El Musa, I believe it, man. How do you think I feel, man? Man, maybe I just surround myself with good people that I don't have that. But then, but you're right.
Negativity.
Yeah, like negativity. Just like you said. Yeah, I hear you, Musa. I was about ready to say you've probably been called a lot worse on some of that stuff too. I've been called worse in that aspect too. Once people find out what my ethnicity is, but also when people find out what my ethnicity, there are a lot of people that they were really cool about it, and they love the fact that I don't like being called Latinx. It's just like a.
There's nothing wrong being diverse.
There's nothing wrong. I have a very, very diverse portfolio of friends. I do. Well, some of them are my family too, so it's very.
You actually have friends though, or are you paying them to be your friends?
Man, I don't know, man. I'll tell you. Seems like that's all I have is just friends. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I don't want to sound like a lonely cowboy, but that sounds like a country song. I'm surprised I only have friends. And I only got some friends, but I'm always alone with no friends. But I got
no places.
But I got friends. Yeah, I feel you, Musa. Man, I'm sorry that you had to go through that shit, man. That's fucked up. How yelling? This is the M Walmart. Wow. Damn. I've had I've had it reversed on me. You'd be surprised when you're.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised when you're in an area and people are not familiar with that you could speak their language, and you're walking around and you hear some conversation and you're wondering if they're talking about you. I don't know, but then I walk in and start speaking Spanish ciphertext and Chicano slang, and the next thing you know, they're like, oh, "Where'd you learn how to speak Spanish?"
Do you ever do? Because I know I do. Is kind of like just look at them with that deer and headlight look, like they don't really know if you're knowing or not. And give you the look.
Well,
and then
no, usually
you sit there for a moment.
No, usually I will sit there and listen around, and then it just flies right out. It flies right out, just like and the next thing you know, the first thing I get is, the first question I get is, where did you learn Spanish? That's the first thing I get. The second thing I get is, did you learn it in a university? Did you go to school for it, or did you teach Spanish or something like that? But she said he's just a friend. yeah, really, huh? You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. Can we make a country music version of he's just a friend? Yeah, exactly.
With
that.
Latinx.
The Latinx, yeah. No, dude. So for real, I will sit there and they're just like, they give me the deer in the headlights look, and they're like, "What the man? Look, give me that. And then they see freaking. They start going.
See, I do the opposite. I have fun with it.
Well, sometimes I do. So sometimes I'll interject in a conversation. Like how some people like, especially like in an elevator or like waiting around in a place for an appointment or something like that, in a waiting room or something like that, and then people start talking or blah 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 blah, and then they'll be talking in Spanish, and the next thing you know, they'll ask a question about like there's something on the TV, and they'll say, "Hey, oh man, I wonder what happened there," and then I respond in Spanish, and then everybody in the room goes, "What?" They're like, "What the?" Well, I mean, they don't say what the, but
it's that awkward pause.
Yeah, they get that awkward pause, and they're like, whatever. But I'm never Latinx. Never Latinx. Oh my God, Dora the Explorer. God, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no.
She's off limits.
Yeah. Boy, Dora the Explorer. Oh my God. See, the thing is with Dora the Explorer, if I were to imitate Dora the Explorer, I would have to like lower my mic because I think she's screaming Spanish at all these kids. You know, there's a video that's posted about this one girl imitating Dora about asking for a sandwich, and then she gets pegged in the face with the sandwich. It's freaking hilarious.
Like the tortilla slap challenge that's going on.
Oh my! Yeah, what's up with that? What? Look. What? Why? What's up with that? It's a tortilla slap. I want to slap some people with some tortillas. It's like the ultimate in like ethnicity. Like, and I also want to know who's revealing these secrets. You don't talk about Fight Club, right? Just like you don't talk about chanclas, you don't talk about Fight Club. The Mexican slap sandwich. There's some games that people are just starting to use, and they're here. I'll sound like a member of the media who's all like oppressed and all freaking a liberal. They misappropriated. Yes, that's right. So everyone's appropriating my culture. How about that? There you go. They're using tortillas as weapons. See, most people are going to say, look, this tortilla challenge is going too much. We're going to ban tortillas. And then guess what's going to happen? No more fucking tacos de carne asada for anybody. And then I'm going to be pissed. Because then Taco Tuesday's tomorrow, and I'm going to go to Taco Truck, and I'm not going to get my tacos, and I'm going to be pissed. And that's going to be like...
I've been waiting for a video, and I haven't found it yet. So if you found it, it'd be cool. But someone actually gets knocked out, like pass out cold.
Really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, if you get... Well, it depends what kind of tortilla it is. If it's a flour tortilla, like those big, hefty chimichanga ones that are thick, have a tortilla UFC. There you go. Ultimate Fight. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that should be like the new way to fight. Everyone's out ready to fight. Hey, I heard you talking shit. Oh, you talking shit? And instead of pulling out like a gun or something like that to go dueling, you pull out some corn tortillas or something like that. Prefer the flour tortilla. But yeah, the one with the speaking of tacos, yeah, that's right. Jose, did you see a post from Jose today?
No, I haven't.
Stay tuned. If you guys look at the freaking main page, the TL. Jose posted something. There was a Jose post.
Really?
It was all updated too. Everyone started calling him Cad Bane and shit by the way his shadow was. So I was like, okay, I like the thicker the fupa, the tastier the chalupa. Oh man! Oh shit! It's already break time.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're gonna take a break. Yeah, exactly. Cause I was like, isn't that pretty cool? It's like him walking up out of focus and shit. So I wonder what's gonna happen. We'll see. Stay tuned. Jose posted a story about the SVAB. Fabulous about the SVAB. It's time to post about the SVAB. Jose only comes out once in a while when it's needed, but when the SVAB is SVABing, let's see what's fabulous about it. He's got a story about 3-4 SVAB out of Fort Carson. Man. So, anyways, we'll be right back, and take a break. Smoke if you got him. Puff puff pass, as freaking Branko says, and I want to see a French bread slap, exactly, a baguette slap. Anyways, so we'll be right back. Everyone, take a break, refill your glasses, and shots.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue. I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Oof. Jose. I knew once a dyslexic pimp who bought a warehouse. Wouldn't it be a houseware, not a warehouse? Isn't that how dyslexia works? Or are we talking about letters or words? Anyways, then we're back. Man, I'm going to tell you guys in the airborne community, woo, buddy. Did you see that video on the main page of that kid that was a toe jumper?
No.
What?
I was looking at the other ones, not that one.
What?
I've been a little busy this Monday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Swamped with tons of stuff, but
okay. All right. I was just seeing if you guys saw the saw the toad jumper on WTF Moments, the timeline. Holy shit. It was fucking hilarious. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me go ahead and move the TO there, and here we go. Pew! There he goes right there, and then let me see if I can get this link in here. There we go. Let me see if I got this vid right. It's not letting me post this vid. I don't know why. What's up with that, dude? What is up with that? There we go. There we go. Let's see if I haven't post this vid. What's up with Facebook, man? It's not letting me post shit. That's so crazy.
You're on the watch list.
I know, dude. See, already getting zucked. What's up with that shit? No way, man. No way. No way is this happening to me. Hang on. This isn't right. This is not right. There we go. There we go.
I have to call up your tech monkeys.
There we go. There we go. I don't know why Facebook was doing that. Exactly that. The arrow wasn't working for me either, cause I was like, what the hell's going on, man? I was like messing around. Okay, I refreshed it and refreshed the tab, and then I got it back up. There you go. So right there, you see the guy right there just hanging, going, "Hi," just dangling, just dangling out there. Look at that. We can just see it again. Hi, Toad Jumper. Look at that. Then
he's puckering.
Hi, or not giving a fuck. Look at that. Hi. That's insane. We got another video we're gonna post too of another airborne ends. So you airborne guys and gals, keep posting that shit. That's awesome. I just want to see that again. It's just so funny because he's being towed. Hey.
That load master is probably going,
exactly that. The safety, the load master's going, no fucking way. There's nobody hanging out there. Look at that. Hey. And he's out there waving at him. Hey, Ma. Exactly. Hey.
You're holding up my static line.
Yeah, you're dragging my airplane. Hey. Oh my God. That's nuts.
The pilot's going, why do I got drag all of a sudden?
Yeah, the pilot's going, I realized I need to put in more left rudder. What's going on here? I need to put in more right rudder. What's wrong with the controls here? Dragging something? I'm not saying that.
On maintenance.
They made exactly. We need to go get things TI'd again. Anyways, so real quick, two things before we cut out. We have shit. Why did I do that? That's no big deal. Let me open up this again. There we go. So real quick, we're doing a new segment now. So now. See, U.S. Army WTO Moments is expanding their quote unquote of the week. So now we totally, he found his Kevlar, by the way, his helmet. Totally appreciate every single picture that you've sent in or image or photographers have sent in for the Picture of the Week segment on U.S. Army WTF Moments. Hey, what's up, Nate? Thanks, man. That's right. Look at that shit. Got to support the cause. Murder Cult. Warehouse 13 with Motor Cult. It's pretty successful. We have some awesome imagery that gets posted. There's some beautiful pictures that the WTF Nation has submitted. Well, now we're going to look at now a new segment has discussed. Now, remember how we were talking about posting comments from Mill Twitter and all this other stuff? Well, now we have comments of the week. Well, guess what's made it to guess what's made it to the comments of the week section now. Now we are getting we are posting our comments that we see that are comments of the week, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Instagram. We're posting one there. So I'm just kind of see how we're going to navigate this. Are we navigating the good comments? Are we going to some shit posts? What's the metric here? So
you gotta have a balance of both.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of we're like I said, we're testing and whatever. So real quick, let's get on to this. Let's get on to the comments of the week because I like posting the comments of the week. So first off, let's see this right here. There's on the bulletin board. You want to see it on posts. Recruiters right now, Jesus, I know what you've done for dinosaurs, and I want that for me. So what's happening right now again? Mill Twitter comments. And like I said, these are spanning all of our platforms. So you might be surprised how many platforms we got. I got a top fan comment here. There's only one way to make tape. The old Oregon Trail diet. PFC Snuffy has dysentery. And then you look over here on the other side of the board, you got this is some National Guard shit. So yeah, this looks like this is pushing some comments. This whatever. Can't wait for the comments are going to get more gold once hopefully I think if Jose's story is going to come out. I mean, rarely does Jose ever like pop his hat out, and I think this is legit shit, especially when it comes to what the story is. So, and then on that Airborne, we posted that on Twitter as well. So if you guys don't have Facebook accounts and you guys don't have to come up, don't worry, you can go to Twitter and you can see some of the stuff, or on Instagram, and you'll see some of the vids. But just like hi, that video that we just posted again. I don't think this is supposed to go. And then First Sergeant says these Quidditch players are out of control, is what he posted. So if you guys are Harry Potter, Mr. Potter. You ever notice when you watch a Mr. Potter movie, it's always Mr. Potter, Mr. Potter, Mr. Potter. As a matter of fact, somebody showed me a freak as I was talking about that before on a podcast, and somebody was talking about how many times Mr. Potter is said in all the Harry Potter series, which now they call it what do they call it now? Quad chord or something like that, because they're all butthurt at the author, the inventor of Harry Potter. They just changed it. Could you imagine having a sport named after something, and then you created it, it was your idea, and then people get upset of what you said, and then they now say that, no, we're going to change the name of your game? Isn't that like some sort of copyright infringement, or can you do that? That would be like me renaming all the Jedi, because I don't like freaking the Jedi, because everybody knows that all they do is recruit child soldiers, and they're religious fundamentalists. You know what I'm saying? I'm just... Exactly.
Turn them into stormtroopers.
Yeah, or either that name. Yeah, gotta change the name of Stormtrooper because a Stormtrooper sounds like Stormtrooper. They're not walking around with fucking swastikas on their fucking helmets and shit. God damn it, fuck. Besides, it's his own shit. You invented your own shit. It is exactly that, Stan. It is parody at that point. Jesus fucking Christ. Meanwhile, my DMs are going to get filled up with Christian people talking about making Jesus memes and saying Jesus fucking Christ. Might have some chaplain come at me.
The bishop.
Yeah, have somebody come at me. So that's going to be like the comment of the week now. So obviously, if there's some juicy ones or some good stuff like that, I will obviously use that for comment of the week. If there's any good ones, of course, then I know that you guys at the WTF Nation do not disappoint. When we get all these cool comments. But yeah, it's like they got pissed off and changed the name of the game Quidditch, which she fucking invented. That's like you invented that shit. You invented something and somebody gets mad at what you said. Were we talking about sensitivity and stuff like that? God, man. Yeah.
That's what those worlds came to.
Worlds coming to, man. So, again, if you're gonna get mad and offended, and you change my name, if you change my name to something to come up with, I will, dude. That's like, find out who said it and like shadow ban them or something like that. If you know what, I would be petty. If I was J.K. Rowling, I'd be petty and find out who's complaining, and I'd ban those individuals from the fucking. I'd take their top fam status away. I would freaking kick them off my Facebook. I would, make sure I would like block them on social media. Take that shit back. I'm all about like I said, that freedom of speech stuff comes right back again. So I don't want to just rant, but there's some good news. There's some good news out there. So if you guys know CQ, our pop culture host. He's out there getting it. CQ says, hey, there's a convention. I'm going to meet some of the people that I spoke to. Here's the deal. And I said, yeah, go for it. Do it. I mean, I'm always, do it. And I'll support CQ and all of his stuff when he does this. Well, he had a little side project going on that he and I talked about. And everyone's like going, oh, I didn't know CQ was doing that. Well, check your emails. But CQ, the man, is going to be on Family Feud.
He's going to hit the buzzer.
He's going to talk to Steve Harvey. Look at that shit. Family Feud and CQ. Stay tuned. Look at that. I'm all about it.
See the shine there?
Nah, man, I'm all about CQ now. I mean, that's his job. His job is pop culture warrior stuff. So he's got to be out there and all that. And, CQ, I I can count on how many times on my hand that he's not. Well, actually, I know. Well, he can't count how many times on his hand because he's missing some fingers. But is that cool? Can I say that? Is that a joke? Will CQ get mad if I make a fingerless joke or some shit like that? Anytime there's an opportunity to go represent the Wounded Warrior Project, WTF Nation, and WTF Nation Radio, CQ is always out there making sure that he's out there repping, and he's really enthusiastic. So we're really proud of CQ to go out there and like I said, go out there and do it. There were some restrictions that did not allow us. There was restrictions that a lot of lettuce had. A lot of lettuce. But I've been hanging out with some of my East Coast. A lot of lettuce with some chowder. That prevented CQ from bringing any cell phones or anything like that. But CQ was able to hook it up, get a couple pics. If you go onto CQ Pop Culture Warriors website and Facebook page, follow him on Patreon too, you'll be able to see that he's got some other stuff. So I'm not saying that CQ's hamming it up. Man, this dude was hamming it up. He was like, he's all over the place. Look at it. Hang on, I got this one right here. And let me take a picture of this one. Let me get this right here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. I need to fuck Red Lake Jerky, exactly. So he's all happy. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait to see him and Steve Harvey interact. Now, mind you, this is a Wounded Warrior Project event, a family feud segment. So there was other veterans that were there to represent, and it was just like I said, icing on the cake, cherry on top, whipped cream on the ice cream, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways. It just so happened that because CQ is also part of the WTF Nation Radio, he was able to spread the WTF Nation gospel. I think that's awesome. That's so baller. That is so fucking cool.
That is awesome.
So, totally true. So I got some updates right now on how many times was the name Harry Potter. Only true fans have a sense of how many times each character was named. To give you a hint, Harry Potter was mentioned 18,956 times. Say that again. 18,000. So don't forget, make sure to go back to follow Pop Culture Warrior, or stay tuned and share, like, and follow WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments to get all the news. I'm pretty sure CQ is going to post all that stuff. I can't wait. He's going to be on tomorrow anyways. So follow him on Tuesdays. Thursday, Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky. Well, she's still on about, so it'll probably be myself and then Friday Night Freedom this week. And then, of course, back to Monday edition. So 18,956 times of Mr. Potter was Mr. Potted. Mr. Potted, Mr. Potted, Mr. Potted. I can't say that 18,000 times, dude, but Jesus Christ, man. It's like, I mean, wonder why this kid got an ego. Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter, Mr. Porter, Mr. Porter.
A little overkill.
Yeah. So, real quick, I saw some comments in there. I wanted to get to that before we broke. The story, the 9-line story, yes, will be discussed. That's going to be at a later date, because there's going to be some details that are going to be collected up before it's reported on. But don't worry, we are going to talk about that. I will say that the whole "I got your 6 and 22 a day" grifting assholes need to fucking police yourselves, because I'm going to tell you right now, murder is not a fucking excuse. Or PTSD is not an excuse for fucking murder. No fucking excuse. I don't give a fuck. You could have 1,000 fucking attaboys, be a Congressional Medal of Honor winner, a recipient, but once you become a fucking murderer, I don't give a fuck. As details were released, of course, we'll let you know. But kind of wanted to give peace to the family, because today Madeline Torres was buried in Ocala, Florida. So that was the call for attendance that you guys saw, and I'm pretty fucking pissed off about it. Individuals who I thought I could respect in some matter, I don't care. I don't fucking care what excuse. No excuse for murder.
Yep.
Specifically, you start throwing that PTSD fucking thing around, so that way you can honor somebody, and then you lost my fucking respect. Just like when veterans try to fucking pull weapons on cops and say, "But my PTSD." No, fuck that. So rest in peace, Maddie. Because I'm speaking to some, I mean, my hands were, I was talking to some people today about that and getting some information from the family as well. And I'm just, how you, I'll just say right now, how you assholes fucking propping him up but not mentioning her because she was a veteran too. Pff, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. But anyways, make sure you tune in, share, like, and follow WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments on the Facebooks. And we have YouTube, WTF Nation Radio, and the Twitters, and we're on Twitch. Try to get on Twitch. Go on WTFNationRadio.com. I got some news. We're getting close to finishing up our freaking podcast stuff. Thank God. But if you go to WTFNationRadio.com, you can see our Discord chat, and you can see all the other socials that we have collected at one spot. You got anything, Shipwreck?
Oh, no, you covered it all.
All right, cool. All right.
I'm still blinded by the shine of CQ in that photo, though.
I know, man. So, yeah. Anyhow, we'll yeah, exactly that, Mike. Fuck yeah, dude. Finally. Oh, I can't wait to get that thing set up. Once we get it set up, we'll be reconnected with all the appropriate apps and all that, and you'll see our stuff come on there. However, if you ever want to listen to an old show that we've had podcasting, you just hit the bar, and it's a randomizing setup. Pretty cool. So, man, why CQ? Why are you giving the finger, CQ? What's up with that? Why are you giving up that one finger? Why are you throwing the finger? Hey, whoa, why are you throwing the fingers up? Whoa, what's up with that? What's all that hostility, man? We were just propping you up earlier. Oh, he said it was shiny. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I was like, man, dude, what we talking about? Shit.
Hey, he gets a compare now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, though, man. I mean, that's you hit when you. I'm telling you when you shave your head, that the shiny status is what's expected. You're there to achieve the shiny status. If it's all ashy and whatever, then it's not cool. But anyways, yeah, exactly that. Mud. Fort Stewart, Georgia, PO has just released another incident. And we're going to talk about that in conjunction with the Madeline Torres murder and fucking murdered by that fucking shitbag Zachary Scalf. And I'll say that. I'll say it. So anyone will fucking get pissed off at me and come in my DMs or shit post on the fucking TL about that shit. Yeah, whatever. Murder is not you can't use PTSD as a murder as an excuse for murder. Fuck that. So once those details come out, once we sit down and talk about it, well, a lot of revelations coming out. But with that, thanks for shooting the shit. Thanks for joining us tonight. And, shots. See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And then you're going to come down to the stables and you'll start working with the horses, and it's nothing mandatory. Like our first session, we got out here and we just started grooming a horse. Patrick showed us how to groom a horse, and it was just fun. And as we're grooming a horse, we're telling our story.
You get to see